and for connection to yoga and lots of movement and hiking trails and really delicious food and wonderful people. Please check that out. Kripalu, December 4 to 7. I'd love to see you in person. Okay, friends, let's get started seated, either on a block or blanket or in the chair. I'm going to start seated in the chair, but any way that you can ground the sitting bones is just great. Today is the 15th of Elul, right in the middle of the month, a full moon. Ground your sitting bones, ground your pelvis, and feel that the spine can lift and rise vertebra to vertebra. And follow in your mind's eye the curves of the spine as you walk in your mind's eye up the spine. And the spine ends, kind of think of the spine ending at the base of the skull, the top of the neck, right? But it actually, it's a little bit higher than that. It's really between the ears. So keep that lift all the way up the spine. And we're just going to take the head side to side, leading with the eyes, coming across the horizon from side to side. Let the eyes lead and the head follow. It's just a little twist for the cervical spine. And just as we think about when we twist the whole spine, we want to find lift and lengthening first. And then just let the head spin easily as possible. See if you can soften behind the eyes and soften the jaw. And soften also in the throat. You might even take a swallow, which helps lower the larynx, and just remind a softening for the whole throat. And then come back to center and take right ear to right shoulder. You can let the arms hang, or if you're on the floor, you can walk fingertips out. You can, if you like, take that right arm up and over. Give a little extra pull to the head if that feels good for you. You can also lift the left arm up and lengthen through the fingertips, or even, it's a lot for me in this moment, even flex the left hand. See what works. As always, don't take my word for it. See what works in your body and what feels just right. So feeling some amount of sensation, the left side of the neck and upper shoulder, and then release. Come on back through center. Continue to think of that lifting through the spine as you take the left ear to the left shoulder. And once again, any movements that you would like to deepen this experience of sensation and make that stretch just right for you. This one with the flexed hand can be a little bit intense, especially nice if we have a lot of computer use. There's so much tightening that can happen from the base of the neck all the way to the fingertips that we don't even register in our day. And then release. And then we're going to take the chin down towards the right armpit and take the right arm up and over the back of the head. And once again, just give it a little extra weight to the head in that stretch. I'm getting some stretch here in the mid trap, trapezius. Might feel it through the right shoulder blade, at the edges of the shoulder blade, and then come on up. And then same thing, other side, chin towards the left armpit, left arm up and over. Give it a stretch. as you do this, continue to feel the foundation of the pelvis in touch with chair, block, blanket, whatever you're sitting on. And then slowly release. This one's kind of like a cat stretch. We're going to clasp hands. Clasp hands kind of on a diagonal down towards the floor or forward. See what works for you. Take the knuckles away from you as you round the upper back and separate the shoulder blades. So you pull back with the rib cage, coming forward with the knuckles. Nice exhale here. And hold it for a few seconds and then release. And then take this a couple times. So as you send the knuckles forward, you're pulling the shoulder blades apart from each other and then really rounding that part of the back between the shoulder blades, the mid-thoracic. Another nice one if you spend a lot of time sitting at a computer through the day. Just hold a few seconds and release and take it again. So this is kind of a cat-cow variation, a thread the needle variation. It's quite nice. You can just take it as a little break when you're seated throughout the day. And then come back to center. Inhale tall and exhale, take a little spin to the right, little twist. Doesn't have to be a huge twist if you're just beginning your movement for the day. And then through center, inhale, lift the spine. And exhale, take a little twist to the other side. And then come on back. So my friends, today is the 15th of Elul, and we are in the third week already of the Shofar project as we practice our own cheshbon hanefesh, our own literally soul accounting, inner spiritual reflection as we approach the high holidays. And we are using Rabbi Alan Lew, Zichrono Livracha, his book, This is Real, and You Are Completely Unprepared. The Days of Awe as a Journey of Transformation. Just such a beautiful, beautiful text. Our writing this week comes from our core faculty member, Rebecca Schisler. Huge thanks to her for preparing this. And I want to share with you a little bit about Slichot. So the Slichot prayers begin for the Sfardim and the Mizrachim really at the beginning of the month every day. For the Ashkenazim, we have a particular Slichot service that is the Saturday night, traditionally late at night, the week before Rosh Hashanah. And since Rosh Hashanah this year begins Monday night, it would be too close together. It's backed up a week. So that's this coming Saturday night. Rebecca tells us the Slichot service brings a tone of urgency and desperation to our spiritual preparation. It is meant to crack open the heart, to express the rawness of our yearning for lives of blessing and goodness in the year to come. Slichot creates a sacred container within which we can face what is true, that life is precious and fleeting, that our actions have impact and consequences. And then she quotes Rabbi Lew, who says, "This year, some of us will die, and some of us will live, and all of us will change." She goes on to talk about Rabbi Lew telling us this Hasidic story of the Baal Shem Tov's annual shofar blowing competition. So in order to blow the shofar for the great master on Rosh Hashanah, contestants had to learn an elaborate system of kavanot, of difficult, complex, secret prayers that enabled the shofar blasts to have proper effect in the supernal realms. One young man dearly yearned to win the competition. He practiced his kavanot for years in preparation. But when the time came to audition and he found himself before the Baal Shem Tov, his mind froze. He couldn't remember a single kavanah. When he became aware of his great failure, his heart broke and he began to weep. And so here's from Rabbi Lu's book. All right, you're hired, the Baal Shem said. But I don't understand, the man said. I failed the test completely. I couldn't even remember one kavanah. So the Baal Shem Tov explained with the following parable. In the palace of the king, there are many secret chambers, and there are secret keys for each chamber, but one key unlocks them all, and that key is the axe. The king is the Lord of the universe, the Baal Shem explained. My apologies for this particular gendered language. This is coming straight from Rabbi Lu's book. The palace is the house of God. The secret chambers are the sfirot, the ascending spiritual realms that bring us closer and closer to God. When we perform commandments such as blowing the shofar with the proper intention, and the secret keys are the kavanot, and the axe, the key that opens every chamber and brings us directly into the presence of the king wherever he may be, the axe is the broken heart. For it says in the Psalms, God is close to the brokenhearted. And Rebecca goes on to say to us that, we often feel, oh, if we were only less encumbered or weighed down by all that we are grieving for, all that we're concerned about, then we would feel close to God. Then we could adequately prepare ourselves. But perhaps, as the old adage goes, what's in the way is the way. Perhaps it is not our circumventing our difficult feelings that will bring us close, but opening to them, inviting them to surface, to be known and felt, and acknowledging them as inherently sacred. While ritual and prayer can certainly open doorways within the soul, the master key, the axe that breaks down all the doors to bring us directly into God's inner chamber, is our broken, open heart. And she goes on to say that we can use as to remember with care as we hold our broken heart the 13 attributes of God, which we will recite over and over through the Yamim Noraim period. Adonai, Adonai El Rachum V'Chanun. God is gracious and compassionate. So we can draw on Rachamim, on mercy, and we can draw on Chen, on grace, as we work with ourselves. I want to just lastly share a poem and also to say that, of course, this is our yoga practice. Our somatic practice helps us immensely in bringing us in touch with this brokenheartedness, and also being able to hold ourselves with strength and with care as we move slowly and we move with our brokenheartedness. Path by Jack Hirschman. Go to your broken heart. If you think you don't have one, get one. To get one, be sincere. Learn sincerity of intent by letting life enter, because you're helpless really to do otherwise. Even as you try escaping, let it take you and tear you open, like a letter sent, like a sentence inside you've waited for all your life, though you've committed nothing. Let it send you up. Let it break you, heart. Brokenheartedness is the beginning of all real reception. The ear of humility hears beyond the gates. See the gates opening. Feel your hands going akimbo on your hips, your mouth opening like a womb, giving birth to your voice for the first time. Go singing, whirling into the glory of being ecstatically simple. Write the poem. So a huge thank you to Rebecca Schisler for preparing this for this week. And also, if you haven't accessed it yet, Rachel will have that in the chat for us at the end of class. So no worries. Let's come to stand. We'll start with some hip circles. So take your legs a little bit wider than hip width. And just begin, it doesn't matter which direction, just begin with some slow, gooey circles. You can start smaller and take them wider as you go. Just starting to open the hips. Really important that we juice up the synovial fluids, the joint fluids, as we start moving through our day, and then come back to center and take the other direction. And just dive right into sensation. Begin to anchor your mind, your attention to sensation. When we speak of brokenheartedness, a lot of what we store can be in the hips. And so yoga is sometimes synonymous really with hips. So could we really get an invitation to go in? And now grab your 2 blocks, or you might want a chair to be higher, or even a table, or you might simply take your hands to your shins. We're going to take a forward bend. Take the feet hip width apart and the hands to your hips. Just find that quality of mountain pose. Stable ease, even standing on both legs. Inhale and lift the heart, draw the elbows toward each other. And then exhale, fold over from the crease of the hip, not from the waist, and place the hands. So you'll see what's good for you. Maybe the blocks are good. Maybe you want to be higher, or maybe you want to be lower. Just check that out for yourself. If you have hands to the thighs or the shins, you can press the hands and lengthen the spine away. Ground the 4 corners of the feet, inner and outer heel, mound of the big toe over to the mound of the little toe, and lift the kneecaps to engage the quads, to engage the thigh muscles. Keep a micro bend in the knee. Starting to open up the hamstrings, the calves, the Achilles. And then when you're ready, unwind. We're going to come up, take the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift up. Lift the heart up, and exhale, come back to neutral. We're going to come down to the floor and take the left foot back and come into a low lunge. You can have the hands on the blocks in any of the 3 levels, whatever works for you. Basically, what we're doing by having hands to the blocks is lifting the floor up toward us so that we can continue to be long in the torso. But sometimes another nice way to do this, and if you don't have blocks, is to just kind of hang and slump and really let your body weight of the torso kind of come down with you, right? And let the head go. So you might choose that one. It's a little more yin style. There's always many, many options. So always just investigate where does my body feel best here? Letting the hips just shift a little bit forward and back as we open hip flexors and quads, and then tuck those back toes, start to build this lunge. Send the crown forward. And if you'd like, hands to the thigh, and just start to build up. And you can come as far up as you want. You can adjust your stance as you go. You can take hands to hips and just work on lengthening the tailbone, widening the shoulders. If you'd like, you can take your arms up, either goalposts or overhead, palms facing each other. Just investigating the quality of this lunge. The stability of the legs, the stability of this foundation to hold the broken heart. We're going to really focus on Some nice standing poses today. And then when you're ready, come on down. And in whatever way you would like, we're going to switch here. So it's left foot forward and right foot back, and come back to this low lunge. Again, perhaps lengthening the torso, perhaps just hanging and using the weight of the torso down and letting the hips shift back and forward a little bit. And then as you're ready, starting to build this lunge, tucking the back toes, send the heel back. Feel this in the legs. And then begin to build up. And you can, of course, hold on to a chair, a wall, anything for stability as you come up. And just see how the lunge feels on this side. Maybe the hands stay at the hips, maybe the arms come up. And then step the right foot forward to meet the left. Come back to mountain pose and just pause, find some ease. Notice how that was for the legs and any resonance and the echo of sensation through the legs. Next, we're going to take warrior two. Take the legs wide. Turn the left toes in and the right toes out. And before we lift the arms, just take the hands to the hips and feel that tracking, especially of the inner knee, as you start to come forward into warrior two. See that the knee doesn't fall in. And just come in and out a couple of times, finding the tracking of the knee, finding that stretch for the inner left leg. Good. And then once you kind of find your way into your pose, not the deepest warrior two, but here you are, lift those all 5 toes to the best of your ability on the right foot, and then scrub the heel back as if you could pull it back along the mat. And notice how that engages the adductors, the inner leg, and also the glutes a little bit. It kind of like scaffolds you. And then release. Try it a couple times of just, what is it like if I sort of scrub that foot back, kind of this like isometric action that engages the legs. And just hold for a couple seconds and then pause. And then release it. And then when you're ready, inhale the arms up shoulder height, palms face down, and exhale, come back into the pose. And just notice what you take from that, particularly in the inner legs. And then come on up, turn the feet. And it's the same thing. Start by just tracking that left knee forward and really keep your eye on that inner knee. And then come on in. Again, it doesn't have to be your deepest pose. You find that bend and then lift the 5 toes of the left foot and draw the heel sort of back. And you feel that engagement of the adductors here and the glutes on the buttock as it sort of scaffolds and protects the pose. And then come back up, inhale the arms shoulder height. Let the bottom tips of the shoulder blades go down the back as you exhale and come back into the pose. You can again check out that scrubbing action. Then straighten, come on back. I'm going to check that out in tree pose as well. So using your left leg as your standing leg, shift over, turn out from the right hip and place your foot. So it could be just kickstanding. You might place it on a block or your calf. Just do not place it against the knee. Or it might come up toward the groin. Find your balance. And then the action here in tree is a little more like use the outer blade of your right foot to go into the leg quickly and let the inner blade of the foot, like the arch of the foot, consider opening. And then release. And take the other side. So find that stability of the standing leg, right? You have a real sense of mountain pose on the right leg, lifting up the kneecap, and then turn out from the left hip, and then find your tree pose. So again, it's the outer blade of the left leg that's moving into the leg. And that helps for that external rotation of the thigh, right? So that there's no pushing the knee out. And you might feel a little more engagement of the glute for support. And then release. Just pause for a moment. Come back to mountain. Notice how you feel. And then grab both your blocks. We're going to take a wide leg forward bend. You'll see if you need them here, but good to have them. Legs go wide, outer edges of the feet in line with the mat, or you can turn the toes in on both feet a little bit. Again, ground the four corners of the feet, inner, outer heel, mound of the big toe, or the mound of the little toe. And so what are we doing? Again, just to be really clear, just to state it, we're really finding this foundation of the legs of the pelvis to help hold, to help stabilize to a certain extent our own sense of brokenheartedness, vulnerability, which is really, it's a challenging time. And these feelings of the heart, we're during Elul, we are intentionally taking them out to look at them. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the heart up, draw the elbows back toward each other, and then exhale and fold forward at the crease of the hips and take the hands to the blocks. Or maybe they come to the floor, or maybe they're coming higher to a chair. We want to see that the sitting bones are directly above the ankle bones. Find length for the torso. And then if you'd like, full fold, let the head bow. Maybe it's coming to a block to support the head. Or maybe the crown of the head is coming to the floor. Be here and breathe. And be with direct sensation, noticing it without storylines or judgments. You can even just name what you feel. Oh, tingling. Oh, vibration. Okay, it's in the calf. It's in the hamstrings without any story about the why of it. And then as you're ready, unwind, hands to the hips, press down with the feet and inhale, come up, lift the heart. And then exhale back to center. Hop or step the feet together once again. And we'll make our way to the floor, bringing the blanket. We're going to sit cross legs. If that's not comfortable for you, then you can sit in a chair, widen the knees, and fold forward and get the same benefit to the buttocks and the low back. So if it is okay for you, coming to the floor, cross legs, does not matter which shin is in front. Likely the shin that's in front is your dominant leg. That's probably true. We're going to take a block or the blocks in front of us. We're going to inhale and lengthen the spine, ground the pelvis, and exhale, come forward and place the forehead on the block or block tower, which you can arrange in any way that provides the right height of support. A few breaths here. Breathe into the ribcage three-dimensionally, side to side, front to back, corner to corner. The ribcage expands. And then come on up, shift the shins, place the other one in front, and then once again, fold and come down. Notice if you need the blocks to be at a different height. Notice how this feels on the second side, any differences. And place your arms wherever is comfortable. Sometimes I like to take them behind me with the palms facing up. When you're ready, release. We'll make our way down to the floor. Have your strap nearby. You can take the blanket for under your neck. And something that's even extra nice is make a little bit of jelly roll for under your neck for when you get there. Sometimes you have to kind of do it while you're there. That seems to maybe work a little better. Just make a little roll or two to support the cervical curve. Quite nice. Just find yourself on the floor in constructive rest position for a moment. That's knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor, elbows bent, and the palms on your low ribs or low belly. It's nice always when you come down to the floor just to take a moment to find this change in our relationship to gravity and allow the body to adjust and to release and surrender just a little bit. And then we're going to bend the right knee, take it in, give it a little hug toward the chest. And take the strap, place it around the heel of the right foot, and take it up toward the ceiling for a nice hamstring stretch here. You can keep the left knee bent or you can extend the left leg long. Make any micro movements with the strap and the leg to arrive at the amount of sensation that feels just right for this moment. And then take both sides of the strap into the right hand. Take the left hand to the left thigh. And for just a moment, take that leg out to the right, a breath or two, and then draw it back up to center. Bend the left knee, place the sole of the foot on the floor, release the strap, point and flex the right foot. And take a circle or two in each direction. And then bend the knee for figure 4, placing the ankle right above the knee and draw the whole thing in. You can take the strap behind the left thigh and pull in like this. Or if the hands reach and you can come through and clasp behind the left thigh, can do that. Keep a light flex on the right foot to protect the joints, the knee and the ankle. And then release the whole thing and give both knees a hug. Inviting any sound on the exhale to just release tension. And then return the soles of the feet to the floor. And we'll take the other side, hugging the left knee in. And then taking the strap around the heel of the left foot and sending it up toward the ceiling. Taking both sides of the strap into the left hand and inhaling, taking the left leg out to the left for a breath or two. And then back to center. Release the strap, point and flex a couple of times, and make circles in both directions. You can put the strap over to the side, take figure 4 on this side, and draw in. And then release and either hug both knees again or take the feet wide. Actually, so happy baby is what I'm suggesting. You could take the hands, but you can also, if the hands don't reach the feet, you can take the strap across both feet and draw the knees down wide by the sides of the rib cage, right? So that's a way to do happy baby with a little wider stance like that. Or of course you can, if the hands reach, can pull down here. And then release. Lengthen your body out, and we'll take a couple minutes for stillness. Traditional shavasana is like like I'm modeling here with the palms facing up and the legs wide and just letting go. Alternatively, if that's not comfortable on the low back, bend the knees. And you can take the arms in any position that feels comfortable. Just taking a few minutes to let the body receive this movement, this somatic instruction in the deepest way. Begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes, starting to come back to your day as we begin this step-by-step transition back into our day. Take all the time you need to make your way up to a comfortable seat. It can be nice to hug the knees and then roll to the side and then press up. And when you arrive seated, just renew, just as we began, this sense of lift from the tailbone through the spine all the way up to the crown. And you might take a hand to the heart and even a second hand on top of the first, just to bring warmth, comfort, awareness, space. Notice your current quality of heart. We take a moment to send healing to immediate loved ones, and wherever we wish throughout the world to send healing. And we send our energies and wishes to the hostages who are now in captivity more than 700 days. And I invite you to join with me, just as our morning liturgy gives us on Mondays and Thursdays, in Achenu Kol Beit Israel, wishing for their immediate return. their safety. Achenu kol Beit Yisrael, Achyoteinu kol Beit Yisrael, הנתונים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם, ויוציאם מצרה, ומעפל לאורה, ומשעבוד ליהודה, השתבדלה, ובזמן קריב. השתבדלה ובזמן קריב, ונאמר אמן. We pray for their safe return. We pray for cessation to the war, the safety of all people in Gaza. We pray that the suffering of all beings on this planet be reduced. Taking a final breath or two to complete your practice. Releasing your hands, allowing the eyes to open. Thank you all. Shavua Tov.